On this day in 2012, Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4.05 billion, a single deal that changed entertainment forever and split the Star Wars fandom in two. For years after Revenge of the Sith, the galaxy had gone kind of quiet. There were no new movies. And then, suddenly, hope returned. Disney promised a new era, a steady rhythm of films and shows, beginning with The Force Awakens in 2015. It felt like the saga had been reborn. But what really happened that day wasn't just a corporate acquisition, it was the transfer of a myth. For 35 years, Star Wars was George Lucas's story, his vision, his language of the myth and machinery. And when Disney bought it, ownership shifted from one storyteller to a company and then to all of us. The moment the ink dried, the galaxy expanded beyond Lucas's imagination. New creators, new heroes, new voices, and with that, new divisions. Some fans saw it as rebirth, others called it a betrayal, but both sides were right because Star Wars became what all myths eventually become, a mirror. Every new chapter, from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi, from Rogue One to The Acolyte, it asks the same question: who decides what Star Wars really means? Some fans clung to the nostalgia, the idea that the original trilogy was sacred, untouchable, and others embraced reinvention, seeing The Last Jedi and Andor as sort of a necessary evolution. And that clash between tradition and change, something ancient appeared, the very thing that gives a myth its power, because when myths don't stay still, they grow. They're going to fracture, and they adapt to the people telling them. In my book, Who Owns the Myth, I write that Star Wars is the first great myth of the mass media age, a story that escaped its creator and became a living conversation between generations. When Disney bought Lucasfilm, they didn't just acquire characters and copyrights, they inherited a modern mythology, one fueled by creators, fans, critics, and kids seeing it for the first time. And every argument on social media, every YouTube essay, every debate about what real Star Wars is not proof that the fandom is broken, it's proof that the myth is alive. 13 years later, we're still arguing, we're still feeling, we're still believing, and maybe that's the point, because a myth isn't meant to be owned, it's meant to be carried. Each of us holds a piece of it, shapes it, and passes it on. That's what happened on October 30th, 2012. A story changed hands, and it became ours. If you've ever wondered why Star Wars still inspires this much passion, even conflict, that's exactly what my book, Who Owns the Myth, explores. It's available now for pre-order at whoownsthemyth.com, because the real question isn't who bought Star Wars, it's who's keeping it alive.